Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sam. I'm an artist and I teach other artists to grow in skills and confidence with my online membership, and I also teach other creatives to make real money from their art, doing something that they love every day with my coaching program. In today's video, Art Tip Tuesday, I'm going to be showing you how I created this really simple watercolour background just to add to this little puffin picture, which is done in coloured pencil. Watercolour and coloured pencils work so brilliantly together, but it's just nice to have a little bit of a different colour and a bit of interest in the background sometimes with your pieces, and so this is an option for that. I really hope you enjoy the video. Starting with just three colours, Payne's Grey, Cobalt Blue and White, I'm just adding a little bit of clear water, clean water, to the areas I'm going to put the rock. Just mapping that in so I know it won't bleed anywhere else. Mixing some of the Payne's Grey with the white to create a lovely soft mid-grey. Making sure it's fully mixed and then adding an extra section with lighter grey and going over the whole thing with the lighter grey, coming in with the medium grey and adding some little splodges and texture. I know it's not going to go anywhere else on the paper. Going in with a little bit of darker grey, Payne's Grey, into the top, knowing it will bleed because the paper is still wet with that water we put in. Waiting for it to dry and then going in with wet on dry, adding the midtones and just making sure that I'm blending in a little bit. Watercolour always dries lighter than it looks when you first put it down, so just bear that in mind, making sure that your colour is a little bit darker than you want them to be when it finishes. Just adding some darkness to the bottom here and adding some interest in this rock with the Payne's Grey in the middle as well. Adding a little bit more white for the lighter colours and going in with a lighter grey, and now adding some coloured pencil on top. Watercolour and coloured pencil go so well together, but because I've added quite a lot of warm greys in the front of the piece, I'm adding the warm greys and the cinnamon back into the rocks at the back so that they blend in nicely, but adding a lot less detail, making sure that it still looks quite blurry and it's just an afterthought. Going over the whole piece with clean water again into the little parts as well with a smaller brush, making sure I'm covering the whole piece with a lot of water. Going in with the Cobalt Blue, adding a little bit of white just to mix, and then going over the whole thing with that thick brush, just adding the blue all over for a light wash and in the gaps as well. Now I'm going over with clear water again once that's dry. Make sure you let it dry, and mixing some darker blue in with the paint I've already used. Going in with the second wash, adding to the little areas with a smaller brush as well. And then I'm just going to be going in with a little bit darker in some places because there are lines and the sky's not just one colour. I want it to be a little bit different all over. So just adding a bit here. It's wet, so it's going to bleed nicely, and then going to let that dry. And then going in with some more water, some more clean water over the whole thing, and then mixing a slightly darker blue, still using the Cobalt Blue and the white, and going over with a wash, making sure that I'm adding it everywhere, and then just spreading it out nice and evenly. If there's any puddles, and just spreading those out, and then just seeing how it looks dry. I'm going to flatten the paper just to make sure that it doesn't show any shadow, and I'll show you the finished piece. So here's the piece all finished and flat. You can see that there's some gradients in the blue, and it just adds a little bit of interest, and the colour from the puffin now gets reflected in the tummy there. And I think it just adds a little bit of interest to the piece. It gives it more of a sea feel. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really hope you found that helpful, and it might be something that you would like to try with your coloured pencil pieces, or even adding a little bit more watercolour to the main picture and then adding coloured pencils on top. There are so many options where coloured pencils are concerned, but I really hope this was helpful for you. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and put your notification button on for more like this every Tuesday and art business videos every Friday. I really look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.